Hello my crafty friends, it's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and as you can see we are celebrating Kendra's 1K subscriber milestone with a hop today. Here is the card that Kendra created that I am going to be casing in my project today. I have all the elements for the Magic Iris. I decided to use the camera add-on, and I am going to use the snowflakes from the Snow Globe add-on for my project today. I took a piece of gray cardstock and ran it through this Snowflake 3D embossing folder from Simon Says Stamp, and it is awesome. I am going to pull out some of the pieces of this Magic Iris. I've cut them all out of white cardstock just to make my life easier. You could cut your pieces out of coordinating cardstock that you want, but I opted to color or ink blend my pieces. So I'm not going to show you all the pieces that I ink blended, but I did use Distress ink in Blueprint Sketch. No, I lied to you. Prize Ribbon, the newer color. And then I'm going to take my alcohol markers and color in the little elements that go with the camera. And so just the button and the little click and some different images. I have in the past used like silver mirror cardstock to cut out some of these pieces, but I just thought today it would be easier just to do everything in white and color them to coordinate whatever I need. So while I am coloring and I'm going to put together the Magic Iris, I have done this multiple times in videos, so the process is the same. It's just they have amazing different add-ons that you can use. I have the snow globe, I have the camera, and I just recently got the full panel cover plate. So I do have some different options, and I like that Lawn Fawn keeps coming out with different ways to make this die set, the life of it, be extended. I will say if you are putting it together, you definitely need mini glue dots. Don't try to use any other adhesive at this part right here, or your Magic Iris won't work the way that it is intended. So a little bit about the hop. Kendra is somebody I've worked with on Team Tiny, which is a group of smaller content creators with less than 1,000 subscribers. So when you reach 1,000 subscribers, you graduate from Team Tiny. So Kendra is graduating from Team Tiny and moving on. So she has reached this awesome milestone and asked me to participate in this hop to help her celebrate. So congratulations, Kendra, on this amazing milestone. And Kendra has gotten some amazing sponsors for this hop. There's not going to be one prize. There's going to be a prize given for each of all of the creators' channels. Words, they're hard. So comment, like, subscribe to the different people that you are visiting on this hop. I'm going to have the next person listed down below in my description box, but there will also be a hashtag that will be assigned to this hop, so that if you click on the hashtag that's in my description box or the title of this video, you will be able to pull up all of the projects with all of the amazing content creators all in one spot, so you can watch them all. So it's just amazing, the wonderful companies that have donated prizes for this hop. So of course you have to make sure that your Magic Iris is working. And then as I was putting the camera add-on part on it, I thought, some of that white's probably going to stick out. So I decided to take the prize ribbon and go around the top of this put together Magic Iris so that hopefully it wouldn't peek out. Again, you could use whatever cardstock you wanted for the top layer, so then you wouldn't have to do the ink blending if you didn't want to, but I have enough of the Distress inks that it makes it worth it just to have whatever color you wanted. So now I'm going to attach this blue piece just to show the recipient which direction that they have to move the arm of the Magic Iris to be able to see the inside message. And I fiddled and fussed, and I took that part out so you didn't have to watch it, of which way the arm of this should be in a position so that the recipient can open it without having a trouble on the card. I probably could have adhered it a little bit higher, but I also didn't want it to stick out above the A2 card base so that it would fit in an A2 size envelope if I decided to mail this. Now this is a bit of a bulkier card, so I will warn you of that. It will likely need extra postage if this is something that you want to mail. So I'm just adhering the little elements onto this with just some art glitter glue, and then the red button, I'm just putting it back in place, and I'm putting down a little piece of washi tape just to sandwich that in that hole. So then I'm going to put glue all over the top of this and adhere the camera piece to the front, and that is going to put the magic iris all together. So then I'm going to attach my embossed panel with some art glitter glue onto my white A2 size card base. And I got that on pretty straight, which is honestly amazing for me. I usually get things crooked. So what I'm going to do is pull down the lever of this and figure out where that opening lines up. And I have a bunch of circles that have the stitch detail that get cut out from the magic iris. So I just took one of those, and I'm going to line it up in my mini Misty. And I am using the Hotel Family stamp set from Kindred Stamps. I absolutely love this show. I'm actually on my second time around of watching every episode. So I am going to take the Warmest Regards, and I'm going to do some selective stamping. I have put some washi tape to cover up the word I did not want to be stamped at this point. Stamping down the warm. Then I'm going to wipe off the stamp, reposition it so that Regards is lined up underneath where I want it to be. Then cover up warm, ink it up. Make sure to take your tape or whatever you're using to cover up your words off before you go to stamp it down. Ask me why that's important and why I know that that doesn't work out well if you don't do it. And then you will have your stacked sentiment. Some people don't mind cutting their stamps apart. That's not something I care to do. It makes me a little bit anxious. So I'm going to line this up, and I thought I could fit it through the hole, but I'm just centering it where it needs to be, and I'm going to adhere it down with some art glitter glue so that that is in place. And then I do have the snow globe add-on that Kendra used in her card project, but all that I use from that is there's a cluster of snowflakes. So I die cut those out a couple of times, and I only end up using one of the clusters. So I'm just going to take my art glitter glue and adhere these snowflakes down around my sentiment so that when you open it up, it's a little something extra, not just the plain sentiment, which I really like how this turned out. I enjoy these die sets. I need to use them more. They're really fun once you get the hang of how to put it together, which I don't find it very difficult. There are some Lawn Fawn sets that frustrate me like nobody's business. So this is some of my foam tape that I had doubled up from a previous project that was cut down, and I am just putting it on those tabs. You only want to put your adhesive on these tabs, and the only reason I'm using the foam tape is so that because I used that circle in the center and my sentiment isn't flat to a card base, I wanted to be able to have enough room for the sausage pieces to the shutter of my camera to be able to open and close without getting caught on any of those snowflakes. So that adheres that down. And so now I'm going to take one of the characters from the Hotel Family stamp set, and I'm putting this on a scrap piece of white cardstock in my mini Misty, and I'm going to stamp this down a couple of times using my Gina K amalgam ink. And then I will stamp the sentiment on a scrap piece of gray cardstock. It's the same cardstock that I used for the snowflake background. And I am going to take a selfish in the Gina K amalgam ink, and I will trim that down off screen and adhere that to the bottom of the camera with some art glitter glue. And then off screen, I'm going to take my alcohol markers in just a few colors, and I'm going to color in the character, and then I fussy cut it out. I don't typically drag out my scan and cut if I just have one character. If I'm doing multiple, then definitely much more preferred to use the scan and cut instead of the scissors. But that is going to be pretty much my project for today. I hope that you'll check out everyone in this hop. And again, congratulations, Kendra, on meeting this awesome milestone. And as always, I hope that everyone has a great day.